This is how we make a citrus pipe to smoke weed from. We start off with a pitcher of slip. Slip is liquid clay. For our citrus pipes, we use porcelain because it has a really nice bright white color to it. We pour the slip to the top of the pouring gate of the plaster mold, and then we let the slip sit in the mold for about 30 or 40 minutes. During this time, water from the slip is evaporating through the plaster, which allows essentially a clay shell to form around the cavity inside the plaster mold. The longer we let the slip sit in the mold, the thicker those clay walls will become. Once those clay walls have reached their desired thickness, we pour off the excess slip and let the clay firm up for a few hours before taking it out of the mold. Now, before doing that casting process, we do have to make our own plaster molds by hand in-house, which is a really intricate, highly skilled process, something for another video, another day. And these plaster molds do wear out over time. We can get probably only about 30 or 40 casts from something super detailed like these citrus pipes that have that bumpy texture in the segments of the citrus. Over time, those plaster details inside the mold just kind of wear away. But a mold that has less textural detail like that, we can probably get more like 80 or 90 casts out of it. After cleaning up the mold and putting it back together, it's time to clean the actual clay piece. The pipe comes out of the mold with clay that was around the pouring gate still attached, with seam lines showing, and other imperfections that need to get smoothed and trimmed and buffed away using a variety of ceramic tools. And we've learned how to do this efficiently and effectively just through trial and error over the course of several years. I believe I designed the citrus pipe in 2018, so it's been about 6 years at this point of making this pipe. Of course, the process of making this has evolved so much over those 6 years. I was originally hand building every single piece by hand to get that hollow form. And then in early 2019, I took a plaster mold making and slip casting class, and that was just a huge game changer. This process that you're watching is a centuries-old ceramic technique that is really the most efficient and effective way to make hollow forms by hand out of clay. This process allows our small team to make pieces with consistency from person to person so that the product you receive actually matches the photos on our website. Here I'm using a dowel rod to make sure the hole in the bowl is consistent in size, and the wet paintbrush just smooths away any rough texture. After the form of the pipe has been refined, it sits on the drying rack to dry nice and slowly and avoid moisture escaping too quickly, which leads to cracking. After the pipes are completely dry, they are fired one time in the kiln, then hand painted with glaze, fired a second time in the kiln, and they come out looking like this. Then we buff the little raw clay areas and check them for quality, and then they're ready to be packed up and shipped. There were a few obstacles that I had to overcome when I was trying to figure out how to make this work. One was that I aesthetically just really liked the idea of it looking like you're kind of biting out of a citrus wedge. But that does make this distance between mouthpiece and bowl kind of short. If we were to scale up the whole design, then it would feel kind of like unwieldy and large in the hand. We wanted it to be comfortable in the hand while maintaining a comfortable distance here. We tried smaller, we tried bigger, especially when we did the 3D model kind of like design refresh on this in like 2021. Ultimately, we landed on this size, and I think it's super comfortable. It's really a favorite for everyone who owns it, except those with mustaches. So if you have a mustache, maybe just pick a different piece. One way to control your size of the flame is to use hemp wick. So let me go grab a hemp wick. We sell these little pocket packs on our website. You can also buy larger spools. We don't carry those, but if you just want to try it out, we have these. And also you can buy from us whenever you like. Plug. So this is hemp twine that is coated in beeswax. It's a natural alternative to a lighter, and it also creates a smaller flame. So you can dip this into a candle, or you can light the end of this with a lighter. I had a baby, so I haven't used a lighter in a long time. Excuse me. Okay, so the flame on your hemp wick is going to be smaller than the flame you get from a lighter. So I would recommend using hemp wick with your citrus pipe, and also we include one of these pocket packs with every citrus pipe purchase. You can shake it out or blow it out after. These are limited edition. We bring them out every spring, summer, and they went viral on TikTok and Instagram last year. Sold out really quickly, so we're making a larger batch this time, hoping to keep up. The launch on May 7th, and we're making one more batch in June, then they're going away for the year. So if you want to give one of these as a Christmas gift, then honestly, you have to be doing your shopping now. Oh, these are ambidextrous as well because the carb is centered on the back, so lefties and righties will have an equally wonderful time partaking.